TitleMatchNetwork.com.
I went to Minneapolis in 1963.
Right.
And the latter part of 60, no, wait a minute. The latter part of 63. I went there for television, came back, and I was in Amarillo, Texas for a little while longer, then went back to Minneapolis.
What was Verne Gagne like as a promoter?
Same as he is right now.
Did you like him as a promoter? Or?
Verne, on a personal basis, is a nice guy.
Right.
In the ring or involved promotion, where I can say this or not if I can't.
To shoot.
You can say whatever you want.
Shoot.
It's absolute shits.
Right.
And he's been that way since I've known him in the early 60s.
Right. And I guess you had a rivalry as far as wrestling him in the ring as well.
Not as much in singles. I was primarily teamed up with Larry Hennig there.
Right.
And we were AWA tag champions 4 or 5 times back or forth. And the only reason why I left there, we were in a match in Winnipeg, Canada, and the referee fell into Hennig's knee and tore his knee out. And it was about a 2-year process, and after about 6 months of being in singles around Minneapolis, and Dick Byers had just come in as a destroyer, as Mr. X there,
right.
Dr. X, and him talking to me every day about how great I'd get over in Los Angeles. Little did I know, all he was wanting was my spot in Minneapolis. So I left to go to Japan the first time and came back into LA and was there for about 5 weeks. And I could not tolerate the traffic in Los Angeles. You can imagine what it's like now,
right.
40 years later.
Also, in 65, I guess it was you and Larry. You guys beat Bruiser and Crusher for the tag titles.
Back and forth a couple of different times apiece.
What are your memories of some of those matches?
Again, there were 2 individuals that you had to do most everything for them.
Right.
They were that big, rough, tough, rugged body, but it was so blown up and so tight that you had to do the maneuvering around for them. It was something that clicked when we drew money. Went to Australia the first time in 67. And that's when Jim Barnett was running Australia.
Right.
Took Larry Hennig with me, and after a 20-some-hour flight, as we were landing in Sydney, Larry said, God, I wish I had stayed home. So I knew we were in for a nightmare trip there.
Right. How did, I guess when you came back, I'm not sure what year this would be, but you got put together with Chris Markoff?
Yes.
How did that come about?
Well, that was after Hennig's knee was tore out.
Right.
They were trying to salvage something out of that combination. And they put me with Markoff, and it worked, but not as well as Hennig and Race did.
Right.
And part of that being that I couldn't stand Markoff.
You guys just didn't get along.
Well, Chris is really not a bad guy. He just invented the word cheap. If there's a way that he could get by without having to pay for anything, that's how he get by.
Right.
TitleMatchNetwork.com.